Hey, Kevin Coy here from selfreliantlife.com, Kevin's Micro Homestead, and we had a little trouble in paradise today. This is our water well, and the wife turned the water on over there this afternoon, and there was no water, so we came down here and we had lost our prime on the pump, which is what this contraption is right here. So I reprimed it earlier today by running some water down in here, got it going again, and the water was coming up to the house, and I put everything back together, and we lost our prime again. So I'm thinking the culprit's right here. This is a one-way valve that when the well is right here, just this little 3-inch pipe coming out of the ground, and we have a very shallow well. It's 20 feet deep, so we're just pulling right out of the sand, and what we need is the water. Once it gets up to here, it stops it from falling back into the well and losing its prime. Well, if this went bad, then that's our problem. So we're going to switch this one out for a new one, and then we're going to have to reprime the well and get the pump and get the water coming back up again, and hopefully we'll be back in business here in short order. But this is our private water system, off-grid water system, whatever you want to call it. It's just a little half-horse pump and a pipe sticking in the ground down in the sand, sucking water out like a straw. And it costs us a heck of a lot less to put this in than it did to get hooked up to the city water, and then you got a water bill, and you got a...
City water was going to run us about $3 grand plus a water bill every month, and we did this for under $400.
Yeah, so we definitely came out ahead of the deal here. So see if I can get this to...
It's super handy to know how plumbing works and how to do this stuff, because otherwise we'd be calling a plumber out here, which it's 5 o'clock at night, so that'd be like after hours charges.
Right, or no water till in the morning, one of the two. You want to wait, not
That
pay.
would not be good.
Right, so I designed this to make sure that if I did have trouble with that, I could get it out of there without having to cut anything. So I've got this union right here, and then I can just back this out of the pump, or out of the valve rather, and screw a new one in. So that's what we're going to do. Just loosen this one up.
Just don't spray the camera lady with water, okay?
The Suedo plumber here got wet earlier. Getting squirted. So hopefully we didn't have any problem with the pump itself getting hot. Alright, so I've got a new one, same size. I'm going to put some pipe dope on here to help seal it up so it doesn't leak on us. This is not that kind of dope for pipe, not for that kind of pipe.
Kevin, this is not that kind of video. Be careful.
So we're just going to get a little bit of this in the threads. It'll get us all sealed back up. So we got a kind of a quick disconnect rig up here. Should get us back in business.
You're pretty handy, honey.
Yeah, thanks. Sometimes I wonder about knowing how to do plumbing when I have to. So we got to make sure our valve's going the right way. We got an arrow here. Water can only go one way through this valve. It's got a little ball on it. So when it's got a spring-loaded little valve in there, so the water pushes forward, but then that shuts off and it can't come back out. We're going to make sure it goes the right direction. So that's the direction of travel out of the pump, or out of the well and into the pump. If I can just get it, there we go. Started.
How much did that part cost us?
$10, I think. $10.99. Same thing here. You gotta be careful with PVC. Get it tight but not break it. And the pipe joint compound also helps it slide up a little tighter on the threads. So we get a good snug fit. We don't have any leaking. And we're just gonna get this guy. Back on here. Okay. All right, now we're going to put some water in the hole. So I got this pressure valve here. We just spin that off. Pour some water down into the impeller. And that'll create the suction we need to pull the water back up out of the well here. That's the theory. This is about a 15-minute fix if we get everything to cooperate. All right. Shouldn't mix power and water. So I got my thumb over here and I'm pushing this in to start the pump.
That's a good noise, right?
Well, we want the pump to turn, so that's a good noise, yeah. What we need now is for it to start pulling enough water to pull that back up out of the well and into the pump here. We have a guard snail as a resident underneath the well box here. This is our well house. Nice and handy to tip over out of the way when you're getting into the pump. You're going to need to go check and see if we're getting anywhere. Okay, well, we got her fired up and the water's running again. It just took a little time to suck all the air back up out of the well and through the pipes and everything and purge it all out. Sometimes they just take time and you just have to wait them out, but we got her fired up and we're back in business. This thing was definitely the culprit. I poured some water in here and let it stand and it started leaking out, so the valve wasn't any good, and easy fix, 10-12 bucks, and we're back up and running. So always good to know how to be self-reliant. Check out our site, www.aselfreliantlife.com. See you on the next video.